Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming to our inaugural Workers' Compensation Judges Night. You know, this night was born out of frustration for me a little bit. You see, every year the Armenian Bar Association hosts a general judges night. My colleagues and I politely ask to have our judges included in our judges night, and every year we're met with some excuse of why that can't happen. Now, I graduated about 14 years ago and have done comp my entire career, and I graduated at a time when there was a recession and there were whole areas of legal practice that were failing and firms like Lyon & Lyon that were going under. And workers' comp was one of the only practice areas that thrived and grew even. So I've got the utmost respect for our area of practice, and I never really quite understood the stigma until recently. I was at a CALA Hall of Fame dinner, Consumer Attorneys of Los Angeles, and one of the honorees got up there, and in his acceptance speech, he thanked the CAOC for all their lobbying efforts in dodging some very scary legislation that would have cut their attorney's fees down to 10%. And he said up there, I mean, that would be ridiculous. Even those workers' comp guys make 15%, and they don't even prove liability. And I remember thinking, although those words are true, I am deeply offended by the insinuation packed in that remark. And I thought, it has to come from a place of just knowing what it is that we do. So let's address the elephant in the room, okay? We don't prove liability, but it takes us twice as long to litigate our workers' comp cases. And it's riddled with layer on top of layer of ever-changing, quickly changing regulations that even the best PI attorneys, and I work with some of the best of them on my third-party crossover cases, they wouldn't know how to navigate one of those cases if their life depended on it. You don't have to respect our practice, but you will respect our judges, and here's why. They show up every day and they administer justice, not within the perfectly set forth California Code of Civil Procedure, but they do so within a statutory maze with their hands tied behind their back by an unconstitutional independent medical review process that denies sometimes vital care to people who really need it the most. But they show up anyway, and they administer justice. 20 trials a week, 60 conferences a day, and who are they administering benefits to? But they are administering justice to the most noble class of American citizens, the backs of which this great nation was built, the American worker. And occasionally, the undocumented migrant worker who's exploited and badly hurt on the job. So next time you think it's appropriate to repeatedly leave out our judges, I'd urge you to reconsider.